everybody. So today I am inspired by Lex Ellis's latest video, which is 5 fragrances to wear when you rob your local bank. Now, I actually don't find that video very useful. Sorry, Lex, but I don't tend to shit on my own doorstep. So when I rob a bank or commit any crime, I always make sure it's 50-mile radius from my house or further. That's just a rule that I go by. But a great video anyway, and it certainly made me chuckle. So I had to think about what kind of crazy video I might do. And I couldn't think of anything really, you know, fragrances to bury a body with, yeah, I just came up with stuff, fragrances to torture people, and none of it was really relevant to my life because I don't bury bodies within 50 miles of my house or even outside of 50 miles of my house. Certainly not for any fee that I've been offered so far. So what I thought was I'd actually give you something real. Now, I told you a little while ago that I lost my job because of fragrance, because of my fragrance obsession a couple of years ago actually got me the sack. So I thought I would go over some fragrances that would be great to wear to the job centre, because going to the job centre is fucking awful, and I think that we all need a little help with that. So when you go to the job centre, what happens is you are hit with stench. It's not like you are surrounded by jobless people, it's more like you're surrounded by homeless people. And the stench of body odour is just there in the air. It is disgusting. And I tell you what, when you're already at a low point, to have to deal with that is horrendous, absolutely horrendous. So what you need is, your fragrance needs to be your talisman and your protection from such terrible things when you go to the job centre. So I've got a couple of options for you that are so strong you should not be able to smell anything else. But it's not only about the fragrance, I think it's about how you wear it as well. So let's start with this one. It's called Tobacco Rose. Totally unisex, guys and girls can rock this. It is really strong, so in normal situations I'm 2-3 sprays, that's it, that's all you need, and it will give you 12 hours plus. But if I'm going to the job centre, I'm going to give it 10 sprays. And not only am I going to spray like my normal places, like around here and my wrists, but I'm going to spray, if my arms are bare, I'm going to spray this part and this part of my arms. And I'm going to spray probably some in my hair, and I am absolutely going to have some on the back of my hand. The great thing about a fragrance on the back of your hand is you can very easily do that and just sniff your hand, and it should protect you from all those disgusting body odour smells that will be, unfortunately, inflicting your personal space. So this one is great because it is so strong, and you will also feel quite fabulous when you're wearing it, which is a bonus when the rest of your life is crashing around your head. So that's Tobacco Rose from Papillion Perfumery. Next up, so I've gone for another nuclear one, but this time I'm going for the comfort zone. So I think when you're in the situation, you're unemployed, looking for a job, and somewhere really stinky that's only going to make you feel worse, then you probably are seeking some kind of comfort in your life. And what better than the comfort of chocolate, vanilla and coffee and roses? That is Intense Cafe. This stuff is nuclear, it's very strong. When you spray it, you get oil. You can see oil, and you will carry on seeing oil until such time as you feel that you can rub it in, which of course we all know is a cardinal sin. We don't rub our fragrances, but with these you do. With particularly with this Montale Intense Cafe, you will want to rub on that oil. So this one just is so comforting and sweet, and it's obviously it's a gourmand, and it is going to project around you like arm's length, Again though, I would do the same as I said with tobacco rose. In fact, with all of these fragrances, just spray a shit ton on you, because you are going to need this protection of the scent bubble. And I think this would absolutely... The only problem with this, actually, what could be a downside, is you'll probably find that your fellow job seekers will probably want to get close to you, maybe even want to cuddle you or invite you round for Netflix and chill, which I think is a euphemism these days. But that could be a downside, unless of course you're looking for love whilst also looking for a job. So that's Intense Cafe from Montale. So another fragrance that is perfect for giving you comfort, but also really great in the fact that when you are going to the job centre seeking work, you are probably not wanting to spend your money on expensive niche fragrances. So al-rehab Choco musk can be had for £10–15 for a bottle. You can also get an oil roll-on, which is really strong as well, and it's really cheap, around £2 for a little roll-on from Amazon or eBay. The smell is exactly what you would expect from a fragrance called Choco musk. It really does smell like a milk chocolate, creamy but powdery vanilla fragrance. It's very, very comforting and soothing, but quite strong and very cheap, so perfect for going to the job centre. But like the Montale Intense Cafe, you may find that people want to get close to you, and you might not necessarily want your fellow job seekers all over you, but that could potentially be what would happen. So there's a downside to Choco musk. So now I'm going to go off on a different tangent. Why not go to the job centre feeling fucking fabulous and admitting to yourself and the whole world that actually you're too fucking fabulous for this disgusting establishment. However, you will endure it, but you are very, very fabulous. And the most fabulous fragrance that I know, the most glamorous fragrance that I have, is Zoologist Nightingale. This is vintage Hollywood glamour, and it's strong, it's nuclear, it lasts forever. So you can pop this on your skin at, let's say you roll out of bed 11, 12 o'clock, but your appointment's not till 4. You can still put this on first thing out of bed, and you are still going to smell really, really strong when you get to your appointment at the job centre. That's Zoologist Nightingale. It is kind of feminine, quite feminine actually. It's florally, it's kind of fruity. I couldn't necessarily pinpoint exactly what fruits. There's plum blossom, and I think it smells a bit plummy as well. It smells resinous and woodsy, just super, super vintage glamour. So why not go and own the bloody job centre wearing Zoologist Hummingbird. And finally, if you want to go completely off on another tangent, perhaps the whole experience makes you feel disgusting and dirty, like you want to claw your own skin off, and trust me, I kind of did feel that way, then the obvious choice to me is to spray something that's clean and soapy and fresh. It's going to make you at least feel like you smell clean, and the best fragrance for that would be Neroliz Portofeeno. However, you're trying to get job seekers allowance. You can't buy a £150 fragrance. You can't. Not right now. It's a bad time to be doing that. So what do? You go to Perfume Parlour and you get their version. It's called Neroliz Portofeeno. And trust me, you won't know the difference between this and the Tom Ford. Honestly, when you first spray it, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it is identical all the way through. When you first spray it, I think there is a subtle difference between this and the Tom Ford, but give it 20 minutes and I cannot tell the difference. I've had Mr. Smelly have me blind test them side by side on several different occasions, and I can never ever tell the difference. This is the best dupe I've ever come across. There's a couple on Perfume Parlour that are really good, and this to me is the best I've ever come across on Perfume Parlour. It leaves a shiny oily residue on your skin, and what I would do with this is I would literally so that's 2 arms done. I would also do maybe 10 all around my hair and my neck, and that would be me clean as fuck, smelling smelling fresh. I will smell like a bar of soap that's just been washed. Okay, maybe that's not the best analogy, but you get what I'm saying. This smells exactly like Tom Ford Neroliz Portofeeno. It costs about £12 for a bottle, and it smells really, really awesome. You will smell clean, and you will also smell super professional, and it has neroli, which is uplifting and helps to keep you happy. It helps the endorphins float around your system. It releases the serotonins all over the place. You'll be wiping all your serotonins up off of the other job seekers. It's that good. So that was actually going to be my top pick for job seekers to wear to the job centre. It's cheap and it smells fucking awesome. And my cat, hello darling, do you want to be in this video, sweetie? Oh, come on then, quickly. So, oh, that's not very nice, is he? So anyway, they are my top picks for fragrances to wear to the job shop. Have a fabulous day, everybody.